Have you ever put off going somewhere for a ride because there was a killer climb in it? Maybe it's a trail in the usual spot you go to, but you don't want to do the climb. Or maybe it's an entire new location that you've never been to, but you just can't get that obstacle out your head. So you end up never going. If I go back to that climbing analogy for a second, if you just go and ride your normal trails and avoid it anyway, you probably end up climbing 10 times as much as you probably would have done than that one single climb that's been living in your head rent-free. I think racing's a little bit like this. I've not actually raced my proper mountain bike for over 6 years, so I thought I'd give it a go this weekend. However, it almost turned into complete disaster. What could go wrong almost certainly did go wrong. But along the way, I actually learned something that is probably the best thing I could ever do to improve my riding skill.
Went the wrong way. Gone wrong. Whoa! Harris can't get in. Look at this, you can tell she races four cross, can't you?
Yeah, so I've come down here to the Forest of Dean to do one of Chris Roberts' mini Enduros. First time I've ever done it on an e-bike, but I thought, yeah, let's check it out, see what it's all about, and have some fun.
First things first, I've got to come down to registration here and get myself signed on.
Right, signed on, got my number, got my transponder. Now I've got to get him on the bike.
So with your entry fee, you get a lovely number plate included, and you also get this transponder. Now the transponder isn't yours to keep, but the number plate certainly is.
Now Chris has promised everybody that the weather is going to pick up later in the day, so by the time racing starts at 12, it's going to be okay. But I think the game plan is probably just go and check out each stage, get all 4 stages done. So there is 4 stages. And then go back and decide if I need to go and check anything else out.
So that seems like a pretty good game plan, right? Quickly go round and check out all the stages, and then I can go back and concentrate on any areas that maybe I need to practice. I've even brought 2 batteries for the e-bike, so I've got plenty of range.
Oh. Some interesting line choices there, just managed to stay on. Got completely offline on a couple of sections. Very slippy. I think there's a lot of racing lines over roots and stuff. It's really, really dark in these woods. The mist is in, super, super wet. As we drop into this next section. I've ditched the goggles just because I can't see. Super sloppy. Right, that's all 4 stages done.
With practice all done and dusted, the bike is absolutely caked in mud. So I head back to base to give the bike a clean down and then get ready for racing. Then, just as racing was about to start, the heavens absolutely opened. So I ended up sprinting back to the van to take shelter.
Oh. Yeah, just taking shelter in the van. Holy moly, that's absolutely mental. That just came down then.
So whilst the rain was coming down on the van, I took the opportunity to change the batteries on the e-bike, and that's when I discovered a problem. Somehow, in my wisdom, I'd only partially charged both batteries. I'd used the first battery in practice, so that was almost dead, and there was only 40% left on my second battery. So with hardly any battery, I stuck the e-bike in eco mode and I made my way to the top for my race runs.
There you go.
Hang on.
Great thing about racing, this is how you get better riding a bike for sure. You know, I think if you're thinking about racing, the one thing I take away from it is A, it's just fun. It's the most fun you'll have on a bike, you'll have an absolute laugh. And B, it's definitely a way to perfect your skills. When you're riding normally day to day, you just don't think about your riding as much. It's not about pushing it, it's about actually just thinking about where you're putting the bike, think about what you're doing on the bike, think about the choices that you're making, your bike setup. And that's the way you improve as a bike rider, for sure.
When you're ready, yeah.
Right, let's go. Straight off the bat. This is the tricky one. Oh, straight away. Yeah, so tricky. Oh. 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 Gone wrong. So gone wrong. Went the wrong way. Gone wrong. Go. Stay on your bike. It's all gone. Definitely wasn't the racing line. I had Hannah commentating on me. That was so funny.
Yeah.
Oh, mate.
I pointed all the way down, weren't you?
Oh, I was all over the place. All over the place. If I hadn't come off there, it would have been not a bad run. The rest of it, I kind of hooked up. Okay. He says it. He says it. Oh, mate.
Excuses.
At least that was done. That was done. What are you saying?
Oh, it was great fun. It was proper, just clanging and but it's giggle, isn't it?
It's proper giggle, isn't it? This is it.
And whilst it's all a laugh and a joke, I really couldn't afford to have that mistake on stage 3. Yes, it did slow me down a little bit, but more importantly, it used up valuable battery power that I just didn't have. So that was stage 3 done. I've now got to get back up to the top to do stage 4. But here's the kicker. Because I'm on an e-bike, I've got to do stage 4 twice. And I've got about 10% left of my battery.
So you live in the dream. You should see it through someone else's side. Another cipher to break, while the grass grows underneath my feet.
Ready when you are.
And like some sort of miracle, with just a few % left of my battery, I make it back to the top for my final stage of the day. I've just got to hope now the battery holds out for the rest of the run.
Hello, 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 Leah. Hope I got the time to tell you. Hello, 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 Leah. Hello, Leah. Got a pure heart, kind of honesty that will always stay. Don't ever let him bring you down. What a terrible thing to say. My fingers out of sight. Hello, 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 Leah. I was lost inside a maze of night. Hello, hello.
Hannah Escott, she's going to cross the line. Lunges for the line. Was ace. Mini Enduro completed. Forest of Dean, Hannah Escott in the house. Absolutely epic. Muddy, fun, wet. You've got to try racing. If you haven't tried racing, you've got to try racing. Whoa! Hannah Escott getting. Look at this. You can tell she races 4 cross, can't she? Full contact.